Walker with a grab, left side. Walker will be 33 when the season starts in 2017, and he's kind of having a late career renaissance, if you will, isn't he?
He certainly is. He went to his second straight Pro Bowl after the 2016 season. He did it as well in 2015. Those are the first two of his career. He'd always been behind other guys. Remember when he was in San Francisco? Wasn't the primary option at tight end, but he is in Tennessee. And he's kind of a new age tight end, even though he's a little bit older. Can split out, run routes like a wide receiver, but he also can do the dirty work inside as a blocker.
Here's Mariota. That's caught at the 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Kendall Wright with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football. Partner, I know you call the play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it, right?
It's really fascinating in what he was able to do. The thing for me, though, he did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys who are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better.
Prescott on first down. Going for the deep ball. And Beasley's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, 47 yards. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return, this is Mark Mariani. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And his throw here's incomplete. Kendall Wright, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
A play fake to Murray. Now Mariota. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, Mariota. And that's incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. First down throw for Mariota. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the Combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. We get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injured, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves, and Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
A first down carry by Elliott, and he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Antonio Andrews now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Titans. Kendall Wright on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denoris Searcy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Titans are going to have a first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 1st down, Mariota. And Matthews over the middle with a grab.
Brandon, believe it or not, the first time I saw Rashard Matthews play was a practice session at the University of Nevada in preseason when he was there. And I remember I couldn't take my eyes off of watching him practice because I had not seen that young man before. And I thought, boy, he could be a special player. And I think he's turning into one in Tennessee.
Yeah, in Miami, never was really the go-to option. But last year, let's see, 945 yards, 65 catches, 9 touchdowns, all easily career highs.
Began the season really as the number 2 or number 3 receiver in Tennessee. And before halfway through the year, he had become the number 1 option for Marcus Mariota.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure it's...
He's got a man complete. And he's brought down after a good game. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Dallas 1st down.
Here we go.
Prescott on 1st down. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. It's picked off by Bryce McCain. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Mariota to throw it. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
1st half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had
Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Come on, let's
What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going. That
is caught inside the 5. A very solid gain of 27. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
From the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
This is where it gets fun because this is a big decision coming up. Listen to the crowd. You can tell they've already made their decision. You know they want them to go for it. But the big decision does rest with the head coach. What will he decide to do?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of his end zone, Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll give the Titans a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing, Mariota. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They'll come out in the pistol. Second down, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a fourth down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. Mariota on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, three that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all three could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
They get the young quarterback going and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O. Mariota now to throw on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
First down, Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And an alley to run. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the Titans are going to have a first. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. A first down throw for Mariota. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Back now in Arlington. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Second down, Mariota. Complete to right. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, it's right. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run. Murray. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeMarco Murray. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
To throw is Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. 3rd down here.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 1st down, Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Morgan in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. 2nd down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gavin Escobar, his big tight end, was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. He hits Beasley right side. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Time for a break. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On first down, Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
23 yards on the play.
Before a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets into the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Let's go!
A second down throw for Prescott. Caught left side, Williams. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that's caught by Beasley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. It's a loss of a...